All right. Well, welcome everyone. We are so happy to have you here today. Um, and we are especially excited to have TechSoup with us. And we're appreciative that they are now offering their services to tribal libraries. And we look forward to hearing about all of the offerings they have. Thank you so much for being here today, Ashley.
Oh, thank you. I super appreciate you giving me the time and space to speak to everyone. And as Melissa mentioned, my name is Ashley Hendershot. I'm with the TechSoup customer success team, and we assist multi-branch organizations and libraries with getting access to TechSoup resources. We're very thankful for ATELM for collaborating with us to make this webinar possible today, and for the patience of tribal libraries who over the years may have tried to access TechSoup and were ineligible at that time to participate. Things have changed, and we are so happy that you're here with us today so we can share these changes with you. So I just wanted to give a little overview of the agenda for today's meeting. As I mentioned, some of you may be familiar with TechSoup, and for some of you, this may be the first time that you're hearing about us, but we welcome your questions in the chat, and my teammate will be able to communicate with you there. And throughout the presentation, I will have breaks to welcome questions as well. So we do encourage you to ask questions, because something that you're thinking may also help someone else in the presentation today. So please don't be shy. All right, so to get started, TechSoup's mission is to build a dynamic bridge that leverages technology to enable connections and innovate solutions for a more equitable planet. Our origin story begins 30 years ago when our founder, Daniel Ben Horn, was working for a technology magazine and receiving more software samples than he could use himself in a lifetime. He had friends in the nonprofit sector and began asking if they could benefit from these sample discs. He began driving his truck around San Francisco and hand delivering these samples himself, and thought what a great opportunity this was, and the need for nonprofits to have access to technology to benefit their mission. And thus, CompuMentor was born. His objective was to create a program in which those with technology skills, or mentors, would volunteer to assist nonprofit organizations with information and technology support. He began soliciting donations of technological products, largely from other tech magazines, and had a large stock of unneeded software sent to him by companies seeking coverage for their products, and selling them to nonprofits for a nominal fee, usually around $5 per disc. And in 2008, CompuMentor became TechSoup. TechSoup knew that connecting nonprofits with discounted technology was important, but the need was greater still. We serve not only US-based nonprofits, but also nonprofits across the globe. We've partnered with NGOs around the world to get nonprofits in some of the most impoverished areas of the world access to information and technology to expand their support in their communities. With donation programs in 236 countries and counting, we're proud of the way that we can support the nonprofit global sector and expand their access to technology solutions. TechSoup and the 60+ partners in the TechSoup Global Network have enabled 1.4 million civil society organizations in 230 countries and territories to receive more than retail value of $19.1 billion in technology tools, resources, and funding. We're a nonprofit too, and we understand how important it is to have access to technology resources at the lowest cost possible. Having a TechSoup account is free, and we offer technology solutions with minimal admin fees. We charge these admin fees to keep our lights on and allow us to continue to grow our technology catalog for nonprofits. Our goal overall is to save you time and money so that you can put those savings back into the communities that you serve. We also have courses, webinars, and forums available so you can connect with your peers and get yourself acquainted with technology resources to best suit your mission. Historically, TechSoup has only been eligible to 501c3 nonprofits, but after many years, we've been able to expand our legal definition to include tribal libraries. And we're very excited to share how your tribal library can start with TechSoup through an eligibility expansion. And your tribal library has been waiting to access TechSoup over the years, and we're denied. We want to thank you again for your patience and let you know that we're very excited to serve you through our eligibility expansion. Now I'm going to take a break here and encourage anyone with questions so far about the presentation to go ahead and unmute yourself and ask, or please feel free to use the chat feature to put your questions as well. Anyone have any questions so far? No? Okay, then we'll continue on. To get your tribal library started with TechSoup, we've created a power form for you to bypass the normal TechSoup registration process and get specialized support from our team. This form was included in the letter that you may have received from A-Town, and we will include it also in the chat for you now as well. The form will ask you to provide information for your tribal library and ask you to provide your qualification documentation, which I will cover on the next slide. Once you submit your power form, it'll take our team within 3 to 5 business days for an eligibility review. If your tribal library had previously signed up for TechSoup, we will go ahead and help you update your registered data so we can create you a TechSoup account or link a new member with an existing tribal library account. We can use your EIN number or your FSCS number to confirm your library, or we will assign you a TechSoup tribal library number. This tribal library number will be shared with you as you obtain a TechSoup account so that you can use it when signing up for additional TechSoup resources. When submitting your power form, you'll be asked to attach your qualification documentation. The documents that we can accept for your eligibility review could be a grant agreement letter that you've received if you've gotten a grant from the IMLS, a resolution letter from your tribal council, or an authorization letter from your tribal leadership confirming your library. Once your documents have been reviewed and your account has been created, you'll be qualified for TechSoup and you can begin reviewing TechSoup resources available to your library. Thanks in part from a grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, TechSoup's been connecting libraries with donations and discounts since 2002 and served libraries with a specialized landing page offering free content, webinars, and newsletters since 2008. We believe in the mission of nonprofits and libraries, and we're proud to say that well over half of US public libraries are on TechSoup already. Your library can sign up for our monthly TechSoup for Libraries newsletter, as well as other newsletters to stay up to date on new products added to the TechSoup catalog, as well as tips and tricks on getting the most out of the technology that you acquire through the TechSoup marketplace. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and pause again and encourage anyone to come off mute if they have questions so far about signing up with TechSoup as a tribal library or about TechSoup's beginnings and how we're serving the nonprofit sector. Thank you for using the chat. And does anyone have any questions so far? Go ahead. Okay, we'll go ahead and chat about some of the questions in the chat. All right. Please forgive me. I think it's Janine says, if a prior tribal department received an IMLS grant, but we're a different department, can we use that prior grant agreement? That is a great question. I would say you can go ahead and submit that grant through the DocuSign Power Form, and we'll have our eligibility team review it. And from there, we can let you know if that's acceptable or if we might need one of the other documents from, say, tribal leadership or your tribal council member. Thank you for your question.
Ashley, I think, this is Susan, I think that it would depend on if that was a library grant, because that's the determining factor here, right? Absolutely. So if that other department was a library, yes.
yeah, if the grant had been given by IMLS, that would also, definitely help. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for submitting your question. Does anyone else have any questions at this moment?
Janine elaborated that the library is sharing it with them, so that should make them eligible, I would think.
Yes, as I said, I would say submit any documentation that you'd like reviewed for your eligibility, and we will let you know if it's acceptable or if we need any other documentation. Okay, thank you so much. To continue, at TechSoup, we understand how important it is to have access to technology resources at the lowest cost possible. Our goal is to save you time and money so you can put those savings back into the community that you serve. We have courses, webinars, and forums available to help you connect with your peers and get yourself acquainted with technology resources to best suit your mission. Currently, the TechSoup donation program, oh, excuse me, I am on the wrong slide. I apologize. TechSoup's, excuse me. As I mentioned, our goal is to save you time and money to put those savings back into the communities that you serve. In the past 30 years, TechSoup has built relationships with over 80 donor partners who provide their solutions and services to the nonprofit sector at discounted rates. And some of these licenses are perpetual and some are subscription-based. TechSoup's solutions cover a range of technology categories such as accounting, security, donor management, hardware, graphic design, fundraising, cloud computing, and much, much more. Each donor partner who offers their solutions through the TechSoup catalog gets to set the limitations of their donations by quantity, budget size, calendar year, or fiscal year. Now I'm going to share a handful of our most popular donor partners and their offerings in case they will also benefit from your tribal library. One of TechSoup's most popular donor partners is Microsoft. Microsoft offers their desktop licenses in 2 tiers of products through TechSoup, donated and discounted. Donated product versions are usually standard license versions, and discounted licenses are usually the professional or enterprise versions of these popular software offerings. On April 5th, 2022, Microsoft began a new 2-year cycle for their licenses, which allows nonprofit organizations to request from 10 Microsoft title groups and get 50 licenses within a title group. An example of a title group would be Microsoft Office or Windows operating systems. Microsoft has also added a new special allotment for computer labs, allowing organizations to request up to 50 of each donated desktop computer lab product within their 2-year Microsoft cycle. The licenses available for computer labs with the Microsoft donation program will specifically list that they are for computer labs only, making them stand out from their regular donated and discounted Microsoft licenses. Computer lab licenses are only desktop products at this time, but cloud solutions are also available through TechSoup for libraries. TechSoup is a trusted validator for Microsoft Cloud solutions. And while we understand switching to the cloud can be scary for nonprofits, we aim to support them with questions that they may have about the cloud and why migrating to the cloud may be a benefit to them. Our services team offers free consultations that can help you strategize on implementing and optimizing Office 365. They'll take you through planning and migration to Office 365, including moving your email from your current email service and moving your data to the cloud. They can also assist you with online document sharing, collaboration, and communications using Teams. When requesting Microsoft licenses on TechSoup, a secondary validation is required and, is required through the Microsoft for Nonprofits portal. And this is where the tribal library number that I mentioned earlier would be used in place of an EIN or FSCS ID when getting validated for Microsoft solutions. The Microsoft validation team can take up to 10 business days to validate for a nonprofit for Microsoft discounted licenses. And having a TechSoup account is not required to register in the Microsoft for Nonprofits portal, but having a qualified TechSoup account can speed up your Microsoft validation process. Beyond providing your library with discounted Microsoft solutions, we want to be sure that you're getting the most value out of the licenses that you acquire through TechSoup. And as I shared, we offer consultations so that you can be sure that adapting new products will best suit your needs and budget. We can also help you with navigating these new solutions and can blend them into your tech stack and work with you to achieve your goals moving forward. TechSoup also has Adobe offers available. Excuse me. You can use Adobe products to edit images, design websites, publish newsletters, create videos and audio productions, and more. So Adobe can really boost your creativity. Through the TechSoup donation program, Adobe provides nonprofits with desktop licenses and discounted cloud subscriptions to products like Adobe Acrobat DC and Adobe Creative Cloud Suite, which includes Photoshop, Illustrator, Dreamweaver, and more. Maybe some of you have heard of QuickBooks. Intuit's popular QuickBooks accounting software can help nonprofits manage finances, file Form 990s, and file their taxes. Commercial QuickBooks subscriptions are renewed monthly, but TechSoup's subscriptions are renewed yearly, saving nonprofits tremendously on this popular bookkeeping software. TechSoup offers QuickBooks Online and QuickBooks for desktop, but at this time, the desktop versions of QuickBooks are only eligible to nonprofits who have previously requested the desktop version through TechSoup in the past. Features such as payroll can also be added to QuickBooks subscriptions obtained through TechSoup by paying an additional fee to Intuit directly. Oh, I apologize. I wanted to also add that if you're currently using a commercial version of QuickBooks and would like to switch to a TechSoup license, you would need to export your data from your current Intuit account, cancel your existing subscription, and create a new TechSoup subscription with a different email address than the one that you previously used. You would then export your data into the new account. And while I know that this sounds like a ton of hoops to jump through, the savings that you would incur year after year would be worth the hassle. DocuSign offers nonprofits e-signature and transactional management software to simplify signing, sending, and managing digital documents on the internet. This has obviously been a very popular product through the pandemic, so nonprofits are really enjoying this product. Also, are electronic signatures legal? The short answer is yes. Electronic signatures are legal, but the real question is whether an e-signature can create a binding and enforceable contract. And again, the short answer is yes. Electronic signatures are widely recognized and accepted throughout the industrialized world, and they are also more secure than traditional paper-based signatures, and thus less susceptible to forgery. In 2000, the US federal government passed the Electronic Signatures in Global and National Commerce Act, which in tandem with the Uniform Electronic Transactions Act, confirms that electronic signatures constitute legally binding documents for all parties to sign digitally. TechSoup has an admin fee of $89 for the standard version of DocuSign, but other DocuSign versions are available and require a secondary fee paid to DocuSign directly to expand the services available within a subscription. Another very popular product through the pandemic has been Zoom. Zoom offers video and web conferencing and webinar software so nonprofits can communicate with colleagues, volunteers, and constituents. Zoom meetings combine video and audio conferencing, simple online meetings, and group messaging into one platform. Zoom meetings run on mobile and desktop devices and in hardware-equipped conference rooms. The TechSoup Zoom subscriptions have an admin fee of $57, which provides a discount code that can be used on Zoom's site when setting up your subscription plan. But a secondary fee will be owed to Zoom when setting up your subscription, depending on the number of seats you plan to have hosting meetings. You can request this offer if you have already paid for a Zoom subscription, but you'll have to create a new Zoom account with a different email address in order to receive the 50% discount that you can get through TechSoup. Mobile Beacon offers hotspots to nonprofits and libraries so that they can connect computers or mobile devices to the internet from any location within the 4G coverage area. You can use these 4G unlimited mobile hotspots to connect compatible computers or Wi-Fi enabled consumer electronics like smartphones and tablets to the internet from any location within the 4G coverage area. The 4G devices must be used with a subscription to Mobile Beacon's unlimited 4G mobile broadband services for nonprofits. Libraries can request up to 11 hotspots through TechSoup per year by first paying the TechSoup admin fee per hotspot and then paying Mobile Beacon directly for the service fees and shipping and handling. TechSoup offers a variety of hardware options to the nonprofit sector as well, from top donors like Dell, Lenovo, and HP. These three donors will offer a discounted catalog of their products to nonprofits when requested to TechSoup, and these catalogs are $0.00. The discounted catalog link is then sent to you after you make the request through TechSoup, and a hardware representative is assigned to assist you through the requesting process. TechSoup also has a refurbished computer program, which allows nonprofits to request discounted desktop computers, monitors, or laptops from a variety of tiers of memory and RAM. These products are built upon request, and we offer a variety of computer accessories as well. And now I'm going to stop again. I can see that there's one comment in the chat. Okay, so first I can see that there's one question in the chat about Microsoft as it pertains to the slides I was sharing about the TechSoup marketplace. So if anyone else has any product questions that I've shared so far today, please feel free to list them in the chat as well, and I'm going to address this Microsoft question. So Anne asks, is it possible that a tribal library would be told no by Microsoft, or is it just a matter of being affiliated with TechSoup? So here's the long and short of what I would put here is, if you're a 501c3 nonprofit, it's not a requirement to have a TechSoup account to obtain discounted Microsoft solutions, but you still have to go through the validation process through the nonprofit portal. So that can take time. It's not a requirement to have a TechSoup account, but having a qualified TechSoup account shows Microsoft that you've already been validated as a nonprofit and approved. So it speeds up your validation process. Whereas tribal libraries don't usually have 501c3 designation or FSCS numbers necessarily. So if you require what we would be providing as a TechSoup tribal library validation number, you will be required to go through the TechSoup channel first and then obtain Microsoft. Because otherwise, when Microsoft asks you to fill out the nonprofit portal registration, you won't have a number to put in that box. So it's all going to depend on your tribal library and how you fall into whether you're a 501c3, a non-C3 library through the IMLS, or if you're going to be basically validated through the TechSoup process. So I hope that that answers your question based upon the Microsoft question. And obviously we will work with you one-on-one for your tribal libraries needs. I'm overwhelmed too, Janine, and it's all brand new. So we're starting this from the bottom up. I'm sure that we can create some sort of blanketed page if you would like that encompasses all this TechSoup information. But again, this is brand new. So happy to meet with you also one-on-one to discuss everything that's eligible to your tribal library and get you started. Cassandra asks, does the TechSoup website show what the cost would be without a TechSoup account, for instance, Mobile Beacon? So for Mobile Beacon, yes, but you know what I would definitely mention here is that a lot of the products available through TechSoup offer access to discounted rates. So definitely read through everything that's available. Like for Mobile Beacon, you're going to see, I believe it shows $15. So you're going to think, oh, I just pay $15 and I get Mobile Beacon hotspots. But the fine print shows you it's $15 per hotspot. You can request up to 11, and then you still have to pay Mobile Beacon a secondary payment for the service fees and the shipping and handling for each of those hotspots. So there are multiple layers for each donor partner. Each of them gets to set their own limitations and allotments through TechSoup. And I'm going to share a little bit more about what my team does at the end of the presentation to let you know that we're here to help you, because we know that libraries process billing and things of that nature differently than other nonprofits. So we're here to support you through that.
Actually, Ashley, my question was also more like, if I had to justify why I'm going there instead of somewhere else, I can show $15 through TechSoup, but normally they charge 30 or something, you know, that kind of information. Or am I going to have to go to Mobile Beacon and find that out from them?
You'd have to go to Mobile Beacon and find that out from them. Yeah, you know, the proof is in the pudding. TechSoup being in existence for 30 years, we've been negotiating with different donor partners to get the lowest rates possible for nonprofits. And so we are a trusted technology provider in the nonprofit sector. So if you want to compare our rates, you know, you would definitely have to do that yourself.
That's understood, but
okay,
I'm just thinking like for libraries who are new to all this, who have administrations and finance departments who are also new to all this, they may have to go through that justification process or bidding process or whatever. So having that information that you have to go check somewhere else to get that is helpful, I think, for them. So
you mean just comparing rates?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because if I had never heard of TechSoup and I went to my boss who maybe, you know, let's say for instance, had never heard of TechSoup, and they're like, well, why would we go here? You know, why, you know, give me this information, that information about why this is a better place to go through, then I'd have to, you know, I want to know that now I have to go to this company's website to find that information. You know what I'm saying? It's just that not everybody sitting here right now necessarily maybe knows that. So I was just wanting to be able to ask about that, but also point that out, that you're not going to have that information on your website. It sounds like that they would, if they were asked of that, they'd have to go find it somewhere else.
That's correct. You know, unfortunately, it's just like shopping anywhere. You want to make sure that you can pair lots of available options out there before you make a purchasing choice. And we definitely behoove you to do that. But we also definitely want to let you know, before you buy anything anywhere, check TechSoup first. Just because we may have a donor partner that offers something similar to what you're looking for at a discounted rate to save you incrementally. So while unfortunately it does require you to do a little bit more homework, we definitely, you know, encourage you to do that, and hopefully you'll come back to TechSoup and see that we're the better option. And so while I'm sorry we don't provide everything all in one place, we do try to do our best to let you know what the savings do look like compared to retail. So for some products we do have little information about that, but not for everything. Okay, so sorry. Okay, yes, the presentation's being recorded, so you'll be able to view this afterward. And oh, thank you, Melissa, for answering that. That's great. Person to connect with at TechSoup. Okay, great. All right. So yes, I'll be providing information also for my team at the end of the presentation. So should you need to get in contact with us directly, we'll be able to support you through this process as well. Are there any other questions before I move on with the rest of the presentation?
Ashley, I think there was one question on here from Tia. She said, who would be the person who would be the point of contact for the use of TechSoup? Would it be the tribal librarian, or would it be the IMLS grant recipient contact?
It would definitely be the librarian, whoever is responsible for making technology purchases or implementing new technology at the library would be the contact that should sign up for the TechSoup account. And so the nice thing about having a TechSoup account means that you can add any other representatives to that account as you like by providing them what's called an association code, and every account will have one. If we create the account for you through the DocuSign process, we can provide you with that association code so you can invite additional library representatives to link with the existing TechSoup account and be able to make purchases through the marketplace. But only one recipient can receive the fulfillment details. So you want to make sure that the person on file for the tribal library is the one that you want to get all of the details after anything's purchased on TechSoup. I hope that answers your question. But if there are any other questions, again, please feel free to put them in the chat. I think I just have 2 slides left. Oh, excuse me. I'm a liar. We haven't even gotten to TechSoup services yet. So buckle in, here we go. So TechSoup not only provides discounted technology solutions through their marketplace, but we also provide additional services to support the needs of the nonprofit sector. We have forums available where you can connect with others in the nonprofit community. Our technology wish list forum is also a great resource where you can inquire about products that are not yet available through TechSoup to see if we can eventually build a relationship with that technology provider to get their solutions added to our TechSoup catalog and get discounted rates on those great products. Our managed IT services provide one-time fixes or ongoing monthly IT maintenance. And we also have help desk services available to solve one-off computer or hardware issues related to Office 365 quickly and affordably. We also have website services to help you launch or optimize your website and scale your online initiatives. TechSoup has curated a robust catalog of courses to also help you adopt new technology to support your mission. Our courses have developed in-house, our courses are developed in-house by instructional design team in partnership with subject matter experts to ensure that our content is relevant to your needs. We're also excited to announce the launch of our digital assessment tool. The digital assessment tool is a free web-based application that helps nonprofits organize access to their technology needs and understand their digital capacities. It provides customized recommendations and tools to manage your digital transformation journey. We designed the digital assessment tool with the busy nonprofit in mind. We understand your focus is on your mission and not your technology choices. And the DAT helps you identify your technology needs and connects them to your mission. The digital assessment tool is a free web-based application that helps nonprofit organizations access their technology needs and understand their digital capabilities. It provides customized recommendations and tools to manage your digital transformation. And once you take part in the assessments offered through the DAT, we can help you identify your organization's current capacities and help you chart out next steps to better support your organization. These assessments collectively cover 27 subcategories and 85 topics. And upon completion of each of the assessments, the DAT provides recommended solutions specifically tailored to the needs of your organization. And the best part is that this tool is free. We host monthly webinars on different topics relevant to technology and framed around the nonprofits that we serve. These webinars are recorded for future viewing if you're not able to attend on the event date, and we have a robust catalog available for viewing right now. Our webinars are always at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I wanted to highlight 2 very wonderful upcoming events that I thought would provide value to tribal libraries as they get started on their TechSoup journey. We hold new member orientations each month, and we'll be holding our upcoming orientations both tomorrow on March 22nd and next month on April 12th. Another exciting webinar we have scheduled is how to leverage your website to achieve your organization's goals. This event will be held on April 25th. And if you'd like to sign up for either of these upcoming events, please let us know after the webinar and we will provide you registration links. Let's connect. Thank you so much for your time today. My team is called Major Market Development, and as I mentioned, we are part of TechSoup Customer Success. Our team was created to ensure that our clients have the best support and guidance when it comes to digital transformation and cloud solutions. We can provide you with technical consultations, strategize in implementing new technology, and create invoices for you for simplified billing, since we know that libraries need to get their payments implemented differently than other nonprofits. Your tribal library may have used TechSoup in the past, or you might just be getting started. But either way, please feel free to submit your DocuSign Power Form or reach out to our team at mmd@techsoup.org so we can set up a call with you to strategize on the most cost-effective technology solutions available and help you achieve your technology goals. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us today. I can see one more question in the chat. And if you have any other questions, I definitely welcome you to come off mute or put them in the chat or contact us, as I mentioned, at mmd@techsoup.org. Okay. Anne asks, are there stipulations on how the software and hardware can be used after purchasing through TechSoup? For instance, is it okay for them to be used by both patrons and staff? Do the machines and installation have to be located within the library? So Anne, yes, the licenses acquired through TechSoup do have to be used in the library, but they can be used by staff or by constituents. But yes, the library is the one that would be eligible for the offerings, so they would have to be used there. Are there any other questions through chat or through the recording? Okay, well, I just want to thank everyone again for joining us today. It's been a pleasure to share about TechSoup with you and let you know that tribal library eligibility has changed, and we welcome you to join us at TechSoup. And we are available to have one-on-one conversations with you based upon the needs of your tribal library.
Thank you, Ashley. I think we have one more question from Anne. I see here in the chat. She said, for hotspots, would it be okay to have patrons check them out?
Yes, actually, I believe that is okay. I just want to, I would get approval from the program manager, but I think that is welcome for libraries. Yes.
All right. Any other questions for Ashley? All right. Well, thank you so much for being here today. It was wonderful to learn about all of the software and services that TechSoup offers. And like I said, this webinar has been recorded. We'll get the presentation information from Ashley and we will send it out to everyone. And Ashley has also provided her contact information. So feel free to reach out to her if you have specific questions.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This has been great.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a great afternoon.